Hi there, my name is Matt Cole.
And I'm Brian Garrity.
And we are the producers of the Sexperts podcast, and we're here with two very lovely guests. Welcome all the way from Charleston.
Road Dogs.
Road Dogs! Welcome Josh Christian and Andy Livengood / Livengood. Hey!
Hey, man.
How's it going?
I think that was my favorite part of the last interview. I think we got the really hard-hitting questions where we got you to kind of nail down what you preferred the pronunciation of your last name.
Which ended up being like, either way.
Wow,
Thoughts, Brian?
I need to re-listen to that because I don't remember any of it.
Jesus Christ, okay.
I'll go ahead and get it out of the way now. I'm Christian. Josh Christian.
I wish we had video. Why do we even do a fucking podcast, Brian? All right, so talk to us about what you guys are up to. And you are both from Charleston, Theater 99. You guys do a lot of stuff there.
Yep.
What's going on?
Well, there was a tax bill that was just passed. No, we're up here this week for, I did my one-man show up here. The Christmas will be televised.
And I watched it last night. Half of it.
Half of it, yeah.
And it was great. And then some drunk asshole, man, Brad.
I haven't heard that story.
Oh, really?
Oh, Matt got the deleted scenes.
God damn. Yeah. Some drunk asshole was like talking. Somebody turned around, told her to shush. And then she got really offended by him being offended.
How dare you tell me to shut up?
I think it was more like, I'm a cop.
She said, I'm an ex-police officer. So they moved. The nice couple in front moved across the aisle. She moved across the aisle, got in the guy's face, and was like, ha, ha, ha. I can laugh as loud as I want. And at that point, I was like, excuse me, can you...
So the best part about
It
this
was Andy's fault for making me laugh too loud.
Brad has said, like,
Show's too funny.
like every time I come up, we have some sort of weird thing with like a audience person tries to fight me or Brad. I'm a lightning rod for controversy.
You bring the weirdos. Which,
It's my target demographic.
by the way, explain something to me. I read your butcher stories,
Yes.
and I'm like, how can one man be the victim of so much weirdness?
Yeah.
You attract it. Like
I
that.
am.
Yeah, you do.
It's my lot in life.
That is weird. What do you think it is?
Well, I think that's just because I work in retail. Like, I think that's just,
So tell our audience a little bit about butcher stories.
Yeah.
Butcher
Let's
Stories,
promote the shit
which
out
you
of
can
it.
find at butcherstories.com or on Facebook at Butcher Stories or on Twitter at Butcher Stories.
Love it.
That's how you promo. I've been a butcher for almost 20 years now.
God.
And yeah, right. And
It's a lot of meat.
it is. There's a lot of cows. A lot of cows have come through these hands. Yeah.
A lot of cows have come in these hands.
Yep. I knew what I said. But anyway, I post, but seriously, folks, I post true interactions with.
I hate you.
Keep going.
What's that thing where people have the sensory thing where they hate the sound of people chewing? They just all turned off. There it is.
We're trying to promote butcher stories, and you're eating Oreos
Keep going,
on the
Andy.
mic.
I mean, I think it's a metaphor. But no, I post customer interactions like verbatim on this blog and everything. And I'm happy to announce that next year I'll be premiering the one-man show based on the hit blog.
Did we just break news?
Well, I did announce it, but I haven't...
Breaking news.
It's the first time it's been mentioned on a podcast.
Yeah, first time. Yeah, all I did was just put up a thing on Facebook. It's like, hey, this is a thing.
Which nobody reads Facebook.
No one does.
But people
So, yeah.
listen to podcasts.
8 people a day.
Exclusive.
Facebook
I don't want to
is
give away our
By
numbers.
the way, you can find our podcast on Facebook.
That's how you promote something.
There it is.
Well, here's my thing. Have you ever met a butcher from another like town? And do they relate to these stories?
Oh.
Or is Charleston particularly like awful to butchers?
No, here's the thing I've learned is true butchers, because I'm guessing I'm not one.
20 years in, you're not there yet.
Well, no, here's my point. Here's my
another 10
point.
in
I hope to grow up to be a full-time butcher.
One day. No, here's my point though, is like quote unquote real butchers do not appreciate butcher stores very much, which is why I'm like, maybe I'm not one, because they go,
them.
Yeah,
well, like,
fuck
And if you're listening, butchers, fuck you.
We just lost all our 8 listeners.
yeah, me, I'm the only one. Well, like the example was like, so I posted one that was like, a customer came up and was like, do you have any more London broils? And I'm like, no, I'm sorry, I'm all out. And he's like, great, you ruined fucking dinner. and his wife goes, don't talk to him that way. And he goes, well, if he didn't want to be talked to that way, he'd have a real job. So I post that, and a friend of mine who is a butcher, meat cutter, posted it, and a friend of hers that's like an old school, butcher person was just like, well, that's just bad customer service. You should have offered a thick cut flank steak, would have been a nice substitute. And I'm like, but I did, but that's not funny, so I didn't put it it didn't make the cut.
I'm surprised that last butcher had a friend that would relay the story to her.
Oh, man.
That sounds like a fun person.
Well, did you learn to share all the facts?
Yeah, I'm like, Yeah, so now it's gotten less funny because it's very accurate.
That'd be a great name for the podcast version of Butcher Stories. Didn't make the cut.
Didn't
and
make the
you
cut.
actually get real.
Oh, there it is.
Damn.
That's pretty great.
Oh my God.
Now we did break news. We made news.
Copyright.
Andy's releasing a podcast.
All right, enough about it.
Andy,
It'll
why
be
are,
a spin-off.
why are you putting all our mics in your bag?
All right, Josh, turn.
Yeah, so I improvised at Theater 99. I also improvised with Front Porch Improv in Savannah, Georgia.
Oh, shit.
So I'm kind of in dual citizenship
He walks between worlds.
in that regard.
Road
Daywalker.
And as far as what's going on with me, I produce and direct and star in a hip hop sketch show called Mystery Meat.
Wow.
With Jordan Scott Edwards, who's another improviser in Charleston.
Cool.
He's Black Papa, the part-time rapper, and I'm White Smoke, the world's best Spotify user.
Yes. That is fucking cool.
Yeah.
You really have to go with the meat thing though, like copying
It's kind of Andy's
Yeah,
thing.
it's a little bit Andy's thing.
I am considering legal action.
But you know, we didn't know what to call the show because it's literally like it's character work, it's songs. There's so many different things that kind of go into it that you know that sort of encapsulated everything.
Jesus Christ. Well, when is this thing?
The next one, Mystery Meat will be performing at the Charleston Comedy Festival in January.
they're making us look bad. Like I'm on a Herald team.
Tell him about Mystery Meat's #1 fan.
Mystery Meat's
Jay-Z.
#1 fan
Please be
should be Andy Livengood's #1 fan. It's his dad.
I'm pretty sure my dad loves Mystery Meat more than anything I've ever done.
Andy's dad will not call me by my name anymore. He calls me Mr. Smoke.
And he will come to all of them, and it's amazing. My favorite, there was he was sitting by himself at the theater, and I was kind of off to the side.
Yeah.
I was looking over at him, and you guys were doing dick jokes, and I saw my dad laugh, and it was like it sounds dumb, but it was like the
Andy's
sweetest
never
moment
seen
I've
his dad laugh before.
not at dick jokes, not at dick jokes, and it was such a sweet moment because it was just like a real because he would never do that around me because he wouldn't want me to I approve of this, but it was a real moment of like. He found that funny.
I saw your dad laugh one time. When we were talking about how you were 20 years in and still weren't a real.
Is that why you threw rap into your Christmas show so your dad would like you?
Yeah, apparently. I think my dad just really likes musical comedy.
Spoiler.
And not to get back
Spoiler.
to this, but I love that show.
Thank you.
Yeah, for anybody who's listening to it tonight at midnight, roll out of bed and go see the show at 7, right?
Yeah,
7
o'clock.
p.m.
I'm going Sunday.
Oh, good. Well, you
Bringing
can.
my kids.
They'll love it.
I will put this out there right now. There is language in the show.
My youngest is 13
It's
now.
the English language.
Brian's kids have seen my butthole.
It's the first thing they see every morning on Christmas. Santa came again.
What's in the
In Uncle
box?
Matt's ass.
If it sees its shadow, Christmas doesn't come.
So how do you do the whole two city thing, Josh? What is that all about?
You know, it's
Are they that close? How close are they? I actually don't know.
yeah, it's
Oh,
about,
is
it's
it?
a 2-hour
Oh,
drive.
so
It's really
that
not.
was a really great question. How do you do it?
That's still-
How do you get from point A to point B in 2 hours?
What I do is I get in my hybrid vehicle and I drive there.
Whoa!
Step
no
one.
way.
I figured he had to have a hybrid.
He has to, man. He's commuting 2 hours.
No one's taking a
I feel like
four-cylinder
a fucking
2 hours.
idiot. I feel like a fucking idiot. Okay. What else you guys?
Well, that
wanna
makes
talk
us look bad, though. Like, we haven't done a show in Richmond in 3 years.
about? That's true. Yeah, Richmond and.
And
yeah.
that's only an hour and a half.
Hey, if any of you Richmond viewers want to reach out to us,
Sexperts
We're-
Live in Richmond.
all right. What else do you guys
Sex-
have to talk
Sexperts on
about?
Ice.
God damn it, Brian. Anything
Mr.
else?
Meat also does a variety show called Late Night Snacks.
Sweet.
Where we invite stand-ups or other improvisers, other sketch groups, storytellers, whatever, just so
Awesome.
that we can,
Get an audience.
yeah. Just so we can get an audience.
Fucking cynical, Brian.
Yeah,
It's a bringer show.
but really, it's an opportunity for sort of communities to overlap whenever we get an opportunity to do that, and it also forces us to write more. So it's got a lot of reasons. Yeah. It's got a lot of reasons.
I got really profound there at the end.
It's got a lot of
I
reasons.
told my kids we were going to Andy's show tomorrow night. They're like, does it have reasons?
That's the reason for the season.
Are we going to see Matt's butthole? It is a Christmas show after all.
Oh!
I like to think that every character I play is some version of Matt's butthole.
I've always said that.
Before you met him.
Actually, so me and Brian's group, The Brightside, and this is a local plug, by the way, but we're having a show during Charleston Comedy Fest, so we can't make it, unfortunately. But it's kind of almost like what you described. Brian knows like a bunch of like poets and stand-ups that he's gotten to know.
Oh, yeah, we do the cross. That's why I said to get an audience.
Yeah.
It's a nice way to get like cross promotion for people who don't know your stuff, but know your guest stuff and vice versa.
Also, you guys have reasons too.
God, I never thought of it that way.
If you boil it all away, all that's left is reasons.
I think that we just bond. We're all one. We're all one humanity.
The four of us just became one reason, which is a
That sounds like
song.
Oh, I said one reason to me sounds like a Christian band.
I was gonna say Reasons was my favorite Fleetwood Mac album.
All right. Well, we could go on and on forever, I guess. Anything else you're doing in Charleston?
No, I mean that's mainly
Comedy Fest?
Yeah, Comedy Fest, and then working on getting Butcher Stories up in
Cool.
May and June, part of the Piccolo Spoleto Festival.
Can I ask you guys
sweet.
something about your drive up here recently?
Please.
Did you
Was
notice
it more than 2 hours?
Did you notice how many ads there are for canned vegetables?
Yes, I did.
Is that the weirdest fucking thing?
I think I pointed that out my last drive up here.
Yeah.
That was like my first I tweeted it. I was just
Yeah,
like,
and I was
man,
like, you noticed too, yeah.
There's so many like canned
Black eyed
beans.
peas.
It was black eyed peas. That's what it
collard
was.
greens.
Yeah. Fucking
Wait,
weird.
Things you didn't think needed to be advertised
No,
because
you
like
just
everyone
get 'em.
knows you can
There's
get
a
cans
storm
of beans.
coming. You get them.
You think they put them up for the storm? Hurry, it's hurricane season.
Well,
Don't forget, next exit.
that is a pretty big evacuation route. Maybe that's why they
That's
do
why it
it.
is.
Wait, really?
95?
I don't know. No, I'm just. That's a good theory.
I don't know.
That's a
Next
good
time there's
reason.
a hurricane and hits Charleston, y'all are welcome to come here
Bring canned goods though.
and see us do comedy.
Along the way, pick up many cans of black eyed peas.
You know what's weird though? I can't remember the name of the brand. They're really bad at branding. They're just like some fucking canned vegetables.
I would know it if I heard
I think it
it.
starts with an F.
Pear Valley.
Start with an F. Fair Valley.
Pear Valley green beans. There's no pears in this valley. Okay, fuck off. All right, this is it's time to end this. Thank you guys for being on the show.
No, thanks for having
thank
me.
you.
And Andy's dad, if you're listening, we hope we made you laugh once.